What's going on, crypto fam? I have to do this video all over because I didn't know my mic was muted. So I'm about to speed through this entire video. Try to follow along. All right. So first off, let's dive straight into it. The official Shib token Twitter page had posted this yesterday, right? It says crypto's fiercest collaboration just leveled up. It says Shiro will launch dual staking following their highly anticipated December 2nd launch, a massive win for the Sheep Army and Shiro Neko communities, uniting two of crypto's boldest species, dogs and cats. Three big things that I noticed here, man. The fact that they even said it themselves, crypto's fiercest collaboration. That right there is kind of like, all right, now I know that they have something crazy planned, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we know how big Sheep is, how big of an impact Sheep has made since its blow up in 2021. I think as of right now, Sheep is still like in the top 15 cryptos of all time based on market cap. Very popular, right? For them to say the crypto's fiercest collaboration, oh man, very interesting, very interesting. Second thing, right? The fact that they're announcing this dual staking partnership, right? So if you look down here on this picture, it says that anyone who stakes Sheep will be able to earn Shiro. And if anyone who stakes Shiro will be able to earn Sheep, I think that is a great incentive for people to buy in on Sheep or buy in on Shiro or buy in on both. Because I mean, who doesn't want to earn more tokens, which, equal up to earning more money, right? And then the third big thing right here, the fact that their goal, I mean, obviously it's been obvious since the jump, but they really are trying to become, I believe, the biggest um dog and cat like collaboration, right? Even the fact that they're trying to focus on the whole, because if you think about it, like when it comes down to meme coins, you have people who are in dog meme coins, you have people who are in cat meme coins. And I've seen some people who, you know, they might be in a cat coin and they be like, hey man, like forget those dog coins, man. It's all about cat coins. And you have some people who are like, hey man, like it's all about dog coins. Forget about those cat coins. The fact that Sheeb is trying to bridge that gap, I think that's big in itself because it's they're making that statement like, hey, it doesn't matter what kind of like animal you're in right now. Like we're pretty much making this statement that dogs and cat meme coins can get along. And I think that's a pretty big a pretty big goal that or statement that they're doing, right? So yeah, big thing right there, man. Another thing that I came across that was interesting was Saitoshi Kusama, who is one of the developers of Sheep, right? Cool dude. He says right here, he says, for the record, I'm happy for any legit collaboration that plans on building on, partnering with, or airdropping Sheep Army. I just need people to understand I am not part of everything. I cannot, nor do I want to be part of every project. Wish them all the best and us all the best. And I think this was cool that he said this because like the entire time I was trying to like look into Shiro and trying to see like how much was the Sheep team involved into Shiro because it's pretty obvious at this point that they're like fully backing Shiro, right? Um, but for him to say this, and I don't know if he was directly talking about Shiro or he was talking about another project because there's a lot of like Sheep, derivatives and stuff who are trying to collab with Sheep. But I think it's cool that he says this because like just because the official Sheep token is backing Shiro, he may not be, and it's not like in a bad way, but he could just be busy with his own projects, or he might be busy with just focusing on Sheep or something like that, or whatever, right? But it just goes to show that obviously somebody in Sheep is down to support Shiro, but there may be some people in Sheep who are already working on other projects or too busy with real life and can't do it, or vice versa, whatever. But interesting post, wanted to share that with y'all as well, right? um Another thing I wanted to talk about, before I even dive into that, I ended up putting this same paragraph that we just read into Chat GPT, and it pretty much gave highlighted like the obvious things we talked about, as far as like the staking features, this bringing like a crazy engagement for Sheeb and Shiro, all that type of stuff. One thing I wanted to focus on was the cautionary note that ChatGPT said. It said, as with any cryptocurrency investment, it's essential to conduct thorough research and consider the inherent risk. the crypto market is highly volatile, and while collaborations like this can enhance utility and community engagement, they do not guarantee financial returns. I'm gonna say that again. They do not guarantee financial returns. And I wanted to share this because I'm already seeing it in like the Shiro Telegram, where, for example, this person right here, and I'm not trying to call this person out like in the bad way or anything, but this person right here he said Peanut, which is the squirrel token that been blowing up. He said Peanut hit 1 billion market cap in 3 days. This is backed by creators of Shiba. He's talking about Shiro. Shiro is backed by creators of Shiba and already has a massive following. 1 billion market cap day one is so possible. And I somewhat agree with him. One like if when Shiro launches, it is definitely a possible chance that it can hit a 1 billion market cap day one. That is possible. But I want people to understand that this is crypto. It's very volatile. Um, you can never really truly predict the market. So there's a chance that this thing can hit a billion market cap. There's a chance that it can't hit a billion market cap day one. It might go to a 100 million market cap. It might go to 200 million market cap. No one knows, right? Then he goes on to say millionaires will be made day one, even hours in. This is where it's kind of like, again, and I'm not trying to like, knock anyone. Like I get like I was till like when I first got into crypto, I was the same way. I was like, man, this thing is about to do crazy numbers, man. But guess what? I was wrong a lot of the times, right? I kind of had to humble myself. I kind of had to like, take a step back and really be realistic when it comes to crypto. And I mean, who knows? Like there's a chance that people might be making $1 million day one, but that also comes down to how much you invest into Shiro. It comes down to when you get in, like when you first get into it, like, when you first buy it, right? How early you get into it. It depends on how long you might hold it or exactly when time you sell it. Like it comes down to all of that. It depends on how high the gas fees might be. There's several different things that comes into play when it comes down to how much a person might make, how high the market cap might goes, how high the price of the token might goes, how smooth the launch might go. And another reason that I wanted to bring that up too is I've been a part of a lot of fair launch projects, and there's been several times where like the team was like, "Hey, we're gonna launch on this day on this specific time," and when that day and time popped up, it was delayed for several reasons, several errors, right? That's just something that happens in crypto. So I'm letting you guys know, like, I would hope that it be a smooth launch for Shiro, but there's a chance that, they may not launch at that exact time. And I notice sometimes when people do that, I mean, that sometimes when that happens, people start, getting angry about it and they start getting impatient and like, hey, man, why aren't we launched yet? And where's the contract address and everything? So I'm just letting you guys know, man, like that's something that's common. So just expect that to happen because it might happen. And it's just another reason why you should be prepared as best as you can. Another thing I wanted to share right here, because the people have been asking me, is like, where do you buy Shiro, right? If you go into the official Shiro Telegram, it tells you what day it's going to launch, what the time is supposed to launch. Um, Whoa, wait. It says launch date is December 2nd at 3 p.m. Eastern. Oh, 3 p.m. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So right here at the bottom, somebody asked it and it says Shiro is not out yet, but you will be able to use apps like Uniswap to purchase Shiro. And then I've also seen where at some point people will be able to buy Shiro on shibaswap because they and Shib said this themselves. They said that let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. All right, right here. It says amazing news. Our friend Shiro will be building on Shibarium and shifting liquidity to shibaswap after their upcoming launch. Right? Make sure to follow Shiro for the latest updates. So people will be able to buy it on Uniswap, and then I'm not sure if it'll be as soon as they launch or at some point people will be able to buy it on shibaswap. What else? So as far as my plan and my strategy, I think one of the biggest things is like slippage when it comes to trying to get in and trying to get a successful transaction through. And like, let's say for example, like, because in my head, let's say I have like $500 that I want to put towards Shiro. That $500, like, I'm going to probably use $300 to cover the gas fees, because sometimes, like, when there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of people trying to like buy in on a project that just launched. There, like, sometimes the gas fees can go to $50. The gas fees of Ethereum can go to $100. Sometimes I've seen the gas fees go up to hundreds of dollars, like $300 for one transaction. Like, that's just something that happens, right? It happened when Shib released their Shiboshi NFTs, right? Like, the gas fees were crazy. Um, that's something that people just can't control. That's just how Ethereum works. Now I know Ethereum did some updates and stuff. Like, they did some updates on the network, so I don't know if I don't know if the if gas fees might be a bit more reasonable. I don't know, but I'm just expecting high gas fees because that's what I'm used to. That's how it was in the 2021 days, right? Now, as far as slippage, I think slippage is very important. This is something that somebody should definitely like be familiar with, because this is when you know how to handle this, this is how you can be able to get into a project fast and a successful transaction. So it says how to change slippage on Uniswap web app. Price slippage is the change in token price caused by the total movement of the market. Price slippage is shown as the difference between the price you expect to receive after swapping versus what you actually receive after the swap is complete. The auto slippage percentage will be set to be between 0.1% and 5% depending on the network cost and swap size. The auto slippage is designed to give you the best swap outcome, right? It says, however, you can always enter your own desired slippage for a swap. Pretty much when you come down here, it shows you how to swap, right? It says how to change the slippage in the swap settings. Select the settings icon, right? The little toolbar right here. See if I can zoom in a bit more. Click on that to go into the settings. It says select the settings icon. Number two, select the slippage drop down. So this right here, where you click on that, where it says auto, click on that. It says number three, here you can switch between auto and up and custom slippage. Switching to custom allows you to enter your own slippage for your swap, right? Do that. You can put like the, 2%, 5%, 10%, 20%, or something like that. It says you can now view and edit your swap slippage settings. It says how to view the slippage and the swap details. Enter your desired swap and then select the arrow to expand the swap details, like down here. It says number two right here. Here you can see the swap's current slippage. It is listed as maximum slippage. This is the max slippage for your swap. And then it says bada bing, bada boom. It says note, if your slippage is set too low, your transaction may revert or fail. And this is the important part. So try to listen to these two sentences. It says, yeah, note, if your slippage is set too low, your transaction may revert or fail. If your slippage is set too high, then you may get less tokens than expected when swapping. So it says, for example, if your slippage is set to 25%, then you may receive 25% less tokens than what is shown to you in the swap preview. So in other words, sometimes when people are trying to like get into a project that just launched and their slippage is too low, sometimes it'll fail because, like, you have to imagine when there's a ton of people trying to buy into one project at the same time, the price fluctuation, right? The price is going up and down, up and down, up and down, like drastically, like uncontrollably, right? Like it's going up and high so fast, right? So when your slippage is so low, when your slippage is low, it can't grab on to a successful transaction because your slippage is too low. Like you're not able to catch it because it's moving fast. So that's why people who try to get in early, they put their slippage at a higher percentage, so they have a greater chance of being in that range where they can grab a successful transaction. Now, when you do that, right, you do risk losing tokens because the higher the slippage, let's say for example, you're thinking you're going to get $100 worth of tokens, but your slippage is at 25%, so you might only get $75 worth of tokens, right? So, and the reason why people do this is because even though they might lose some tokens, they're still trying to aim for a successful transaction. Because I'll tell you right now, out of these two, out of having a low slippage or having a too high of a slippage, one of the worst things, and there's pros and cons to both, but I notice sometimes it's worse. It's sometimes more worse when you have a low slippage because sometimes it fails, like your transaction fail. Sometimes your Ethereum gas fee gets taken and then you don't have any tokens. Like you still haven't even bought any yet. But at least sometimes when the slippage is high, yeah, you might get less tokens. But if that token, if that crypto keeps going up in price, at least hopefully you can get some profit. Like hopefully you can make the money back that you lost because your slippage was high. So hopefully that makes sense. If that still doesn't make sense, you guys can easily go on YouTube and type in like slippage explained, like slippage, uniswap explained, and I'm sure you could probably find like a solid breakdown video or something like that. But yeah, definitely get familiar with this because this is, like I said, this is how you can get in early if you're trying to get in early. I know there's also the other option where some people are going to just probably, some people like to kind of wait for the whole, crazy up and down, up and down, up and down. They kind of wait for that to kind of, you know, consolidate and kind of go neutral and then that's when people be like, all right, now the price isn't so crazy. Like now I feel like I can buy in. I can get the amount of tokens I want worth right now and whatever. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, but that is my take on Shiro. I have another video that I'm going to make on Shiro, but pretty much just to like give you guys like a quick summary of what I'm trying to say in this entire video. Does Shiro have a high potential of being something big? Absolutely. They're backed by Shib, which is one of the most popular meme coins, one of the most popular dog coins in the world. So they definitely have a high potential, right? But at the same time, it also comes down to how much work Shiro is going to bring as well. It comes down to what the developers are going to do. Are they going to have marketing? Are they going to do things to create and increase the engagement of the community? Are they going to offer things that other products don't have? Like it also comes down to what the team is going to do, what the community is going to do as well, right? On top of that, invest in only what you can afford, right? Sometimes I see people they want to invest like $5,000, knowing that like if that 5,000 was to go down to $300, they'd be pissed, right? So like only invest what you can like what you can afford to lose, right? So even with me, I have like 500 maybe $600 that I'm thinking about putting towards it, but I'm going to be using $300 to cover the gas fees. I'm going to be putting like two to $300 towards the actual investment of Shiro because if Shiro is actually a solid project and it actually goes up in price and it becomes a valuable token, then that $200 to $300 can probably turn into a few more hundred or maybe a few more thousand. Who knows? But also at the same time, it can be the opposite and it can go downwards and I can lose money. Like that's just crypto, right? There's always a green side, which is a positive side, and there's always a red side, which is a not positive side. So yeah, that's Shiro for the day, man. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Appreciate all the love and just support in the previous video. I'll try to respond to everyone's questions in the previous video, and I'm gonna do the same with this one. If you have any other questions or something like that, shoot me a comment and I'll try to get back to you. And also just make sure you join the official Shiro socials, right? Like their official Twitter, go to their official Telegram. Don't respond to like DMs and stuff, private DMs, because nobody a part of Shiro is going to be sending you a private DM. Like that's a scammer. So be careful, right? Yeah, 38,000 followers, man. They're getting a lot of followers too, which is pretty insane. I was just thinking, like, imagine if 5%, just 5% of the market cap of Shib was to go into Shiro. That can bring Shiro to around like a 500 million market cap. That would be pretty dope. Who knows? It can happen. Who knows? But yeah, happy holidays, y'all. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.